Welcome everyone to the first and only sports gambling game show in the world.
Let it ride.
I'm your host, Sean, stacking the money green, and tonight on Let It Ride, two D-Gens go head to head to prove who is the actual sharp and who needs Gamblers Anonymous, because just like the Las Vegas t-shirts say, it's only a problem when you're losing. It's time to welcome back our champion. Last week, he made our spreadsheet samurai Munaf Manji fall on his own sword. He came here today to do two things: rank fantasy football defenses and kick asses, and he's all out of defenses. It's SGPN's own Dalai Lama of Dynasty Leagues, Adam Pelletier. Adam, it's the fantasy football playoffs. You're currently a Let It Ride champion, and the Bills are on top of the AFC East. So before this, what was the happiest moment of your life?
Before this, the happiest moment of my life was going to be the time Jerry Hughes gave me a lap dance at a Bills game after scooping a fumble for a pick, scoop six. It was a great day. Great day.
Wait, he jumped into the stands and started giving you a lap dance?
I mean, that might be a little bit of a stretch, but he jumped into the stands right where I was sitting. So he and I got to be best friends. And then we met after the fact, and he was disappointed I didn't bring the picture for him to sign.
Oh man. Well, maybe next time, or maybe you can get him to sign your Let It Ride championship belt, because certainly you're not getting a lot of notches in that belt going.
I'm still waiting for the belt. I check my porch every day. I'm waiting for the package to show up from y'all.
Well, one of the days we'll actually get to the post office. There's a lot of things going on at the post office, none of which are good, but don't worry. We do deliver a challenger to you. And this challenger, he holds the title as the greatest SGPN intern of all time. He's so amazing at working for free. He interned both for Conan O'Brien and SGPN. And unlike Conan, we haven't been canceled by TBS. Give it up for the Mike Francesa of Bout That Action, Kyle Whatnall. Kyle, be honest, are you too young to understand the Mike Francesa reference?
Absolutely, Sean. Absolutely. Right over my head. But that being said, glad to be on the show and glad to meet Adam for the first time, actually, another SGPN guy. So it's a pleasure.
I know Adam was trying to get in your head, a savvy veteran move by Adam pre-show, not wanting to give away too much, trying to stare you down, claiming that you look like one of his students he recently taught in high school English. So a lot of drama going on behind the scenes, and we're going to settle it here in the trivia battle. Okay, just a quick review how the game works. Round one, I test their sports gambling knowledge with trivia questions. Round two, we look at how many units each contestant won with their lock dog teas from last weekend's action. And in the final rounds, they'll give us their best bets for this weekend. Whoever has the most units come Monday morning wins and returns next week to battle our next challenger on
Let It Ride.
Round one questions are worth 10 units. Adam, you're the defending champion, so you're up first. This category is spread 'em. You started at SGPN by covering the XFL. Which of the following teams had a losing ATS record in the shortened 2020 season? Was it the A, Houston Roughnecks, B, St. Louis Battlehawks, C, DC Defenders, or D, Seattle Dragons?
That's going to be C, the Washington Defenders.
Incorrect. Even though they were the 1972 Dolphins of the XFL, the Houston Roughnecks only covered the spread twice. I don't know how that happened. I felt like I won a ton of money on the Roughnecks. Maybe it was just betting the unders, which were free money and a gift that the gambling gods gave us. God bless the XFL. God bless the Rock. I can't wait for 2020. Something to look forward to. Okay, Kyle, you're up. This category is #Degens only. In an inspired degenerate money grab, which of the following coaches stole the term three-peat from one of his players, copyrighted it, and still makes money on licensing it today? Is it A, Phil Jackson, B, Bill Belichick, C, Pat Riley, or D, Greg Popovich? Who stole the term three-peat and now uses it to make money? Phil Jackson, Bill Belichick, Pat Riley, or Greg Popovich?
I'm going to go with Phil Jackson. Lock it in.
Oh, that is, and it's kind of a tricky question because Phil Jackson was the first to actually get the three-peat. However, Pat Riley, when they had 2 in a row, Pat Riley, I guess Boston Scott came up with the phrase. Riley, he doesn't give a shit. He copyrighted it, and now he cashes in every time people use merch with the phrase three-peat on it. So
smart move.
Yeah, exactly. Way to cash in. Adam, this is your 3rd time on the show. So if you win and you're going to have to end up owing Pat Riley a little cash if you start selling some three-peat merch. All right.
What if I spell it differently though?
Yeah, exactly.
And does he own Trace Pete?
No, I think that's smart a nice little loophole there. All right.
There we go.
Adam, your next category. I think we're getting a little delay on Adam, or maybe it's just the Labatt blue lights are kicking in and his voice is slowing down. Next category is fantasy freaks using PPR scoring, which we all use. Which former AAF player has scored 21 fantasy points in a game this NFL season? Is it A, Greg Ward? Is it B, Young Ho Koo? Is it C, Nick Falk? Or D, Ernest Johnson? They've hit the 21 point mark this season. Ernest Johnson, Nick Folk, Young Ho Koo, or Greg Ward?
I think it's going to be Greg Ward.
Oh, so close. Greg
It's Koo, isn't it?
Yes, it is Young Ho Koo. Greg Ward, he got 20.6, but Koo actually got 21 points in
see 20.6. Round up. Yeah, come on.
Exactly. Close enough. Unfortunately, there is no close enough when it comes to let it ride. But hey, bonus question time. 20 units up for grabs here. Adam, here's your bonus question. You grew up a Syracuse Orange fan, so you must know everything about their greatest basketball player, Carmelo Anthony. Of course, the only championship he won as a basketball player. Maybe if you include the Olympics, I'm not sure. Which of the following nicknames is not listed on Carmelo's basketball reference page? Is it A, Mellow, B, Hoodie Mellow, C, Sweet Melon, or D, Marshmallow? Which one of these is not a Carmelo Anthony nickname? Is it just Mellow, Hoodie Mellow, Sweet Melon, or D, Marshmallow?
It's gonna be Sweet Melon.
Incorrect. Get the melon scoop out. It's Carmelo Sweet Melon Anthony. Yeah, that one feels a little clunky, but D, Marshmallow, is actually the one that's not listed as a nickname. I don't know. Maybe.
Are we sure? He can't really play defense. Are we sure he's not Marshmallow?
Well, and maybe that would be a one that certainly would work, or you could put the DJ Marshmallow out there. I know that guy is actually just yeah. He's probably just some 50-year-old guy who knows Pro Tools and is like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna hang out, be one of the kids. I bet he's super old, and he's like, I'll just wear a marshmallow in my head. No one will know. Maybe Melo could use that to play some defense. Is he back in the league? Unclear. I'll have to tune into the NBA Gambling Podcast. All right, Kyle, you're up, and your final category, a heated 0-0 battle right now. Greatest underdogs. Which MMA fighters' odds closed at plus 850 before knocking out their biggest opponent? So is it Matt Serra upsetting George St. Pierre, UFC 69? Chris Weidman versus Anderson Silva, UFC 168. C, Holly Holm versus Ronda Rousey at UFC 193. Or D, Michael Bisping versus Luke Rockhold at UFC 199. Who was the plus 850 dog?
Yeah, I am a pretty big UFC fan, so I hope I don't get this one wrong. I'm gonna go with Holly Holm when she upset Ronda Rousey.
Oh, so close. It was actually Matt Serra against George St. Pierre. one of the biggest upsets in fight history, of course, unless you beat Adam today. I know the Holly Holm. I think Holly Holm, and I'm just doing this off the top of my head. She closed at like plus 800, just under that plus 850. Wow. All right, you guys. Kyle, let's save some face here for the podcast network. Bonus question time. 20 bonus points up for grabs here. Besides fantasy football, Adam, aka your competition, his next greatest love is curling. How well do you know the greatest winter sport that you're still allowed to play drunk somehow? As 20-1 dogs, which country won the 2018 Olympic gold medal in men's curling? Was it A, Great Britain, B, Switzerland, C, USA, or D, South Korea?
Oh man.
AKA good Korea. Great Britain, Switzerland, USA, or South Korea?
I'll be honest, no idea. I'm going to go with USA.
Oh, you are correct. Do you believe in miracles? They should have been yelling that after we took it down 20-1 dogs. How do we not have money on this? And how were we not betting more on the Olympics? I'll never know. But yeah, I guess we beat the powerhouse Canadians, who are always good at stuff like that. And Adam now, or sorry, Kyle, you have a 20-0 lead against Adam. Things could get a little interesting here. We're going to take a look. It is officially round 2. We're going to take a look at how you guys did with your past weekend's picks. Adam, what was your lock, dog, and tease from this past weekend?
So my lock was the Saints -3 over the Falcons. My dog, Cardinals over the Rams at plus 115. And then my teaser was the Titans -1.5, the Bills pick 'em, and the Raiders -3.
Well, you should have listened to Kramer and I, the Cleveland Browns money line dogs. Okay, for the second week in a row, only your lock hit. You fucking Taysom Hill finally threw his first career touchdown. He eked out that cover. Obviously, the Cardinals and Titans couldn't help you out on the tees. So you pulled down 38 units to add to your winnings from round 1, which I'm doing the math here. 38 plus 0 is 38. Now we're heading over to Kyle. Kyle, what was your lock, dog, and tease from last weekend?
Well, my lock, if you, for the listeners of our show, we're big fans of Marvin Vettori, the UFC fighter who once got into it with my co-host out on the streets of Huntington Beach. So Marvin Vettori was the lock against Jack Hermanson at -140. The dog was the Atlanta Falcons at +130 versus the Saints. And then the tease was the Washington football team +13 against the Steelers, and then the Detroit Lions +9 against the Bears.
Okay, playing it safe with the 2-team teaser. We do not advocate for responsible gambling here. A little disappointed in you, Kyle, but you won your lock. You won your 2-team teaser. That brings you to 62 units. 62 plus 20, 82 units. All right. So right now we have another 10 units up for grabs. Last points you guys can score before making your picks for the weekend. It is time for defend your shittiest pick. Whoever gets the most convincing excuse for why they made this horrible pick will get 10 points. Adam, you're up first. You only have 15 seconds. You picked the Cardinals, aka Cliff Kitchens, to win outright. Were you just trying to butter up favor with our managing editor, idiotic Arizona Cardinals fan Ryan McKee? Defend this shitty pick.
Of course I wasn't trying to. I cooked him dinner to try to curry favor with him 2 weeks ago. That's how I did it. But more importantly, the Rams are a shit organization that has Jared Goff. And if you're the Cardinals and you can't go in and beat the hell out of that shitty ass Rams team, and little Kyler Murray can't throw the ball downfield against that Rams defense, which is overrated, and Josh Allen torched, Kyler Murray should be fine. I don't know what the hell happened with the Cardinals. I'm disappointed in them, and I will let them know that.
Wow, that is something you would only hear from a teacher. I'm not angry at you. I'm disappointed. All right, Kyle, you're up. You're on the clock now. Your shittiest picks. We're gonna go with the Falcons What were you thinking picking the Falcons to upset the Saints? You're on the clock. Defend this shitty pick.
Well, the first time those teams came around, the Falcons gave them a good run for their money. I thought this is the Super Bowl for the Falcons this year. This was their biggest game of the year. This was their chance to get a big win over the Saints. Taysom Hill hadn't been playing that well. He wasn't in great form. It just seemed like a good spot. I liked the value. I took it. Didn't work out. These things happen.
These things happen. Sound like me explaining to my wife why we're not going out to dinner because I didn't hit a 2-team money line dog parlay. Sorry, honey. These things happen. These things happen. All right. I'm going to give it to you, Adam, because you fed managing editor Ryan McKee, took a chance on him. Degens helping Degens on Thanksgiving. So you lock that up for Adam. 10 plus 28 or sorry. 10 plus 38. You have 48 units. Kyle, you're sitting in the lead with 82 units. So Kyle, you're in the leaderboard or you're in the leader spot. You go first now. You have 82 units to spend however you want using the mybookie.ag promo code SGP lines. Throw out some picks here for the weekend. 82 units on the line. How are you going to spend them? Of course, you can just not bet at all. Again, we don't recommend that, but maybe you're doing a little reverse jinx here and you don't think Adam can get up to 82 units with his 38 units, but 82 units to spend or not spend, however you like. You're on the clock here.
All right, I'm going to go with, let's do 20 units. We'll stick to UFC since it treated me well last week. 20 units on Kevin Holland in his fight against Ronaldo Souza. He is a favorite, only slightly, but he's at -120. So 20 units on Kevin Holland. I'll also do 10 units on an underdog in the UFC. I'll do 10 units on Renato Moicano, who's a little bit of a grappler versus striker matchup against Fiziev, and I always favor the grapplers in those close matchups, and I like the plus money here. So I'll do 20 on Holland, 10 on Moicano. Then let's do another 10 on Cub Swanson, a veteran of the UFC game. He's at +120. I think it's a good test for his opponent Pineda, but I'll do two of these 10 unit ones on these underdogs and then 20 units on Holland, the favorite. And I'm going to leave the rest on the board and make the teacher come back from that 42-point hole and give him some work to do. So I'll do those 3 picks for my UFC card this weekend are what I'm looking at.
All right, Adam, you're in a Frank Reich like situation, down big, but nobody circles the wagons like Adam Pelletier on Let It Ride. You have 48 units to use at your disposal. What are you getting down on this weekend?
So first thing we're going to do, we're going to put 8 on the Falcons Chargers over 49. That's going to be a high scoring game.
Yep.
All right. Then we're going to do a 3-team teaser with the Jags, the Dolphins, and the Chargers. 20 units on that. And then we're circling the wagons.
Anthony Lynn in a teaser. What could go wrong?
Nothing at all. And then we're circling the wagons. We're coming back to the hometown. The Buffalo Bills got to represent upstate New York this weekend. You know, they're playing for Walter, the accordion player. Rochester, New York fixture, right up there with Garbage Plates and Jenny Light. Fixture at every Rochester sporting event, always outside playing the accordion. Good for a semi-creepy comment and some entertainment as you leave the game. 20 units on the Buffalo Bills, -2.5.
All right. Not a surprise there, loading up on the Buffalo Bills. And
just one more quick thing.
Yes.
Kyle, leaving money on the board, that was a chicken shit move.
All right.
He may be the teacher. I'll teach the lesson this weekend. I'll be back next week.
All right. This is the shit talking you've come to know and love here on Let It Ride. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And of course, subscribe to the Sports Gambling Podcast Network feed so you can hear Kyle on Bout That Action every week. Obviously, head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com. Check out all of Adam's awesome fantasy football coverage. We cover it all over there: college football, NFL, and college basketball. But again, nothing's behind a paywall. It's all completely free, and it's not even because we don't know how to figure out our Patreon. See you next week for
Let It Ride.
You don't have a problem, no need to feel lonely. Everyone is family when it's Degens only. Making picks to get you off the schneid. It's time to